has his Believe, I Believe shirt.
I Believe Santa shirt.
You can wear this now.
I can.
It's official.
That's why I put it on.
Mm-hmm.
And for you, of course, Bryce.
Well, you know what? We were talking top of show about Christmas decorations because we already wrapped up. We have our trees wrapped. We have our Christmas trees up. There's presents under the tree.
What?
Now?
Yes.
Really?
My husband is the king of Christmas. Like, he literally, or the queen of Christmas. I don't know. No, he literally loves Christmas so much that it's already in his blood. So we moved in this new house right around before Halloween.
Yeah.
So before we even had any furniture, he had Halloween decorations out. And then the day after Halloween,
I love it.
Everything was removed and Christmas was out.
What?
I'm serious.
That's
Now, do
it's
you
gift.
participate in any of this?
I help in directing things.
Right.
Direct.
Like, we had a guy that wrapped the trees, because my husband wanted to do it. I'm like, you're not getting on a ladder and going onto the limbs of these trees. This guy does it professionally. Let him do it.
Right.
But I pretty much stay out of his way when he does the decorating and things like that. I just kind of.
You guys are way ahead of us.
Right? Oh, man.
Totally. I mean,
well,
forget it. It's
if you don't have it up, sometimes you can't really enjoy it.
Well, this
for
is
as long
true.
as you need to.
I mean, I've done it once where it's like 2 days before Christmas, and it's
yeah. But then you have it up through the New Year, right? You have it.
No, through Valentine's Day.
Oh, good. Oh, perfect. You make it kind of a Valentine's tree. It has sort of a red theme.
I've done that.
You got to get that mileage out of the decoration.
Hell, you do.
Yeah.
Especially when you're paying for them and you're going to put them away. And then,
right.
And now we have a storage area because we lived in an apartment before, so we didn't have a lot of room.
Right.
Now we have all this room. So he's like, literally, he's like, I'm just going to keep the trees wrapped in like bags and leave them decorated, then put them in the storage. And then when you take them out, they're already decorated. I'm like, that's a smart idea.
That really is.
That saves a lot of time.
People are actually doing that, and I've seen it. I was horrified.
Well, especially when you walk into their Christmas room and it's like, wow, this is where you store all your stuff. It's like every little era of your life is in there all wrapped up and ready to go.
You're such a Christmas purist.
Well, because part of it is
purist.
hanging all the ornaments. Each ornament has a meaning, and you talk about them, and then you put them up. That's the old tradition.
He talks himself a lot.
Do you? You're like, this is the ornament I got. Well, we do that too. We get them from Disneyland every year when we go to Disneyland at Christmas.
Right.
The special Disney, one where you got, was your first trip to, oh my gosh, it's getting all sappy now on the show. It's what happens when you fight over mattresses before you get here and then you're having a good day. So don't go mattress shopping on Black Friday. We usually talk top of show, kind of what was going on, what's happened. Obviously, we talked about Thanksgiving. We run some photos.
Okay.
Here's our pie from yesterday.
Wow.
And our little pretty setup. And I think you can just scan through those, Nick, because I got a lot to cover with these boys. And we got another guest out in the audience, too. It's a good day. And then we also went to the Bodyguard at the Smith Center.
Oh, yeah. That was good.
Mm-hmm. It was very cheesy, as it would be, as you'd understand it to be.
Yeah.
But Deborah Cox, she was the voice of Whitney. She did a phenomenal job. And of course, my husband, where they tell you at the Smith Center, do not take photos. Here's my husband in the box, like holding up the photo. And then we actually brought we actually had a House Seats winner. We've been doing this promotion all month long. This is Sylvia. She's been a House Seats member since 2011, and we drew her name, and she joined us all in the box at the Smith Center with her daughter, Olivia. So they came out to the Smith Center.
That's great.
And we saw the Bodyguard together. So thank you, Sylvia, for being a House Seats member. So we do have the lovely Raja, or Jarrett and Raja, as the show's part. But you're sitting across from me, Mr. Raja. And he is the music and he is the magic.
That's
correct. And together you form this magic and music show at the Stratosphere. Just opened about less than a week ago.
October 18th was the official, was a previews.
Okay.
And then we had our media night. When was that, Jarrett?
It was just last week.
It was just last week.
Yeah, it was just last week.
It's all a blur right now.
It is. Well, you had everybody there. I mean, you had other magicians there. You had Baptiste was there. You had, of course, Tanya. That was the funny crew back
David
there.
Goldrake
oh my
was
God,
there.
they were all drunk on champagne at 4:00 in the afternoon. It was the best.
Well, I know. Well,
it was the best.
It's Tanya, of course.
It was Tanya. She was supposed to be here today. Hi, Tanya.
Really?
Oh no, I just told her.
It was
to
actually
come down.
Andy Walmsley.
And
he was the one that got all the
He was
champagne.
Andy had some champs, for sure.
Yeah.
You know those Brits out there. You have to watch out.
Scary stuff.
You could be from Australia. I don't know, Sir Harry. You could be. Are you British or Australian? I'm just kidding.
We sent the naughty people to Australia. I'm from Britain.
The naughty
people are from Australia. Can't watch those.
You Brits are not so nice.
You guys,
naughty.
They are naughty. You guys put on a hell of a show.
Thank you, man.
I mean, honestly, first off, this one, you are an accomplished pianist.
Right.
You went to Juilliard. Incredible.
Thank you.
Watching you. So we had done a show a couple weeks back. My mom had her old piano teacher, just sort of, we said, christen the piano in her new house. And she handed out, instead of a program of the songs, she handed out her genealogy of piano teachers.
Oh my God, I've heard that from other people.
Have you heard this? So my mom learned from her. She learned from a woman from France, and then it goes back as far as like Liszt and Bach. All these people taught. It's only like 6 or 7 deep in here, and like these people had these amazing piano teachers.
Yeah.
What is your lineage here?
Actually, it also goes back to Beethoven.
Wow.
My teacher at Juilliard was Seymour Lipkin.
Okay.
And Seymour Lipkin was taught by Horshovsky, another great pianist. I could keep on saying these names, but it'll probably mean nothing to
Sure.
to
Some of our viewers, on a Friday, pulling.
But it actually does go back to Beethoven, believe it or not. Truly, this is actually true. Because, I get this a lot in Vegas because I went to Juilliard. I have 2 degrees. They're on my wall. Yeah. And I get a lot of friends and family that say, oh, my God, my friend, they went to Juilliard too. Oh, my God, my uncle, he went to Juilliard too. And I'm thinking, I don't know these people. and I get the Juilliard alumni letter, and I'm really familiar with the alumni, especially the piano alumni. Yeah. And anyhow, it's just a funny thing. But,
you play the piano while you're sitting here. You definitely like that.
It's instinct. I have to move my hands. But yeah, when I was at school there, I tell you one thing, I did not think I would ever be sitting here in front of you, Bryce, pushing a magic show.
Wow. Well, no, truly,
that's my fault.
That's your fault.
Oh shit! And then you actually met him, and it was decided upon. Did you meet him at Juilliard
in New York?
I was at school then. Yes.
Okay.
But we were living in New York, and he had a gig at the Friars Club, a holiday gig, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So what? 2017. That'll make it. Oh my God, 20 years.
Well, that's
you
what
can't
we say
be.
in
You're
the show.
teenagers.
See, I don't lie.
Well, I was 2 years old, but
I was going to say you look so young, though. You
so
two.
It was 97. But he had a Christmas gig at the Friars Club.
Yeah.
And they had a piano and not a sound system, but he always did his stuff to track, right?
Right.
But so he called me. We knew each other, and he said, "Hey, let's play some piano to my magic." I was like, "What?" I only do to singers and to cellists and violinists.
Sure.
So
or on your own.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
This is a good story.
What are you thinking?
No way.
What are you thinking?
Magic.
But, I figured that he could play other things than classical. I mean, so how do you do magic to Brahms?
Yeah, right. You pull it off.
I pulled out my best Brahms and my best Debussy.
You pulled out your best Brahms.
My best Brahms. My best Debussy.
Is that what's under the table?
Oh, yeah. My best Brahms. My biggest Brahms. And sure enough, I looked at what he was doing. I was like, all right, fine, this might work. Long story short, we did the show. It was like an hour show.
Yeah.
And actually went off really well. I mean, the audience really liked it. It was a Friars Club,
Yeah,
really liked
yeah.
it. And afterwards, we thought, maybe we should do a few more of these things. So we did. We did some at some cabarets around Greenwich Village.
Okay.
But which was his audience. But then we also did some around Lincoln Center, which was my audience, because I had some friends that would book certain space at Lincoln Center.
Sure.
And I remember we did like the Landon Gallery at Lincoln Center, and it was really, hoity-toity kind of venue.
That was interesting.
They served wine and hors d'oeuvres for the show when we had our thing. We did our thing. But every time we did a magic effect, usually the audience claps, right? Because that's what they do.
Yeah.
But in this venue, they did not clap for his magic. They had to wait for the music to finish and for me to play the last chord, as you do in a classical venue.
Absolutely.
And Jarrett was
until your hand is off the piano.
Right. He was so offended by this. Like, why are they not clapping? Because I'm still playing, Jarrett. I'm still playing the piano.
You're not done.
Yes.
I'm not done.
No. And so I quickly figured out how to edit his music.
Oh.
And that is
those pieces became a lot shorter than normally the movements that happen. Got it. Okay, that makes sense.
He's like, you got to cut the Brahms.
You can only play the piano cut in half for so long.
Exactly.
Upside down. And if you can't tell, that's Raja's upper half now. Yeah, he's lost his lower third.
That's
lower half.
That's just frightening that I do that.
That
exactly.
is honestly okay. I have to tell you, from growing up, I grew up here in Vegas.
Yeah.
So I saw a lot of magic acts back in the day. I saw David Copperfield early, Penn and Teller, a lot of different acts over the years. My dad loves magic, but it always makes me like I can't understand. How in the hell, like, you disappear and then you're right behind us? I'm like, it makes me mad almost. I'm like, I don't understand. Half of his body is gone and he's playing, and it's so real.
Yeah. It
makes you go, how? I mean, you're not going to give it away, please.
Yeah.
But it just goes.
I have to kill you,
exactly. That's fine, but I'll probably get resurrected by one of you somehow.
Yeah,
it's a shallow.
Likely.
Exactly. But you put him in the box, and then I won't give all the show away. But you're there, and I'm like, how in the and you were bound by handcuffs in a box.
I tell you something, we do have a lot of fun performing the show. There's so much involved with producing a show here in Las Vegas, and so much you do behind the scenes, as I'm sure you understand.
Correct.
So when we are on stage, a great director, Phil McKinley, said to us, guys, when you are safe in the light.
Yeah.
And,
I like that.
It is so true, because when you're on stage and you're performing and the lights are in front of you, it is the easiest part of the day.
Yeah.
It's like,
you're right.
this is the fun part.
You're
Right?
Nobody
right.
can touch us.
And we just have a blast.
Yeah.
I mean, the audiences are great. The
You're
theater's
safe in
awesome.
the light.
Yeah, you are safe.
That is a
in the
great
light.
line.
Exactly.
As soon as the lights turn off, man, watch
Then you're
out.
like, oh shit, gotta
Yeah.
go back to work.
It's
Gotta do this part.
Damn
Gotta
it.
do the marketing.
Yep.
Gotta call these people back. Gotta do this.
Yes.
Yeah, that is absolutely a truth
Exactly.
right there for
Yeah.
sure.
But you know, Bryce, we're so excited to be doing this here
Yeah.
in Vegas now, and with our show. And for us, it was everything to put this show together and put it up. Starting at actually, we started One Epic in
Epic Night at Plaza.
at the Plaza.
Okay. Yeah.
and that was after our Shark Tank appearance that we did. That
I see.
producer saw us.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say to you is that when we were doing America's Got Talent, we went through all the different rounds with that.
Yeah.
One of the things that we noticed with the show is that with that show, you're doing basically 90 seconds? Yeah,
Yep.
you're doing 90 seconds
Yeah.
of material, and that's it. That's all you get.
That's all you get is 90 seconds on that
And
show.
within that 90 seconds, in the magic category, it's obviously got to be magic.
Yeah.
And the thing with Raja and me is that he's a classical pianist. I'm a magician. We have this sort of dueling thing between the two of us
Right.
and personalities.
Right.
Well, you cannot do that. In 90 seconds, you've got to hit America hard because that's what America's about.
Right.
Their
90-second span of doing something.
Exactly.
Sure.
So that's why we're so excited to do our show, to be able to then show now, what our personalities, how that works into the show as well.
I think what you're trying to say is that during the show, we can actually do some story.
Yeah.
So you can follow a thread and understand the characters. In 90 seconds, you can't establish the characters.
But you know what? When you say that, because you do actually, some of the magic shows maybe have only a few things.
Yeah.
You do a lot in the time, and I think the show was about an hour, maybe an hour, 10 minutes. It
Yeah.
wasn't very long, but
Yeah.
you put a lot into an hour.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't even know it was over because you're like, you put a lot into that time.
It's packed.
For sure.
It is
Right.
packed, yeah.
Exactly. And with the show as well, we have our singer J.R. Phelps,
Yeah.
she
was lovely.
She's
Yeah.
phenomenal. And,
She's
I want her to sing some gospel tunes like on a Sunday at my
right.
restaurant.
Yeah,
I was like,
know.
as soon as she came out, I was like, she'd be great to come sing on a Sunday and do
For
like a
sure.
gospel thing.
For sure.
Mm.
She's a singer for the Vegas Golden Knights for the
Oh,
NHL games.
oh, okay.
hat.
I know.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah,
I was.
Yep,
I
yep.
just went to my first hockey game. We saw the Kings.
Yeah.
There were a lot of Kings
Yeah.
fans behind me, and
Yeah,
you know
I
what's
bet.
funny about the game? No one cares what team. I mean, obviously the Knights fans are so excited, but when the Kings lost, they were so excited for us. They're
They
like,
were.
"Oh, that's cool!" Everyone's like, there was so much camaraderie. I'm like, I don't even care about hockey. It was the most fun I have ever had at a
I
game.
have heard that time and time again.
Mark Chinook is out there.
Yeah.
Mark from
Yeah.
Monday's
Yeah.
Dark.
Sure.
He's the announcer guy. He
Yeah.
takes it. He's a big hockey fan from Canada, but
Catford.
he pops up anywhere around the arena. You just see him in the top. You see him. We saw him sitting next to us at one point,
that
just
right?
with the microphone. It is a lot of fun to
That's
go to that
great.
game. We
That's
even
great.
entered into the little lottery they had, or the money they give out.
Yeah.
We bought food. We did everything.
Yeah.
And we bought hats. Clearly.
Yeah.
So I'll probably go again. I'll
so
probably
you've
go
heard her
again.
sing at the games.
Yeah, I think
great.
we walked in right after the beginning part was over because we were still in line. We were
okay.
hanging out in the
Yeah.
team, the plaza
Yeah.
beforehand, and then we were in a long line for
Right.
security, so we missed the whole opening
Oh,
parts
okay,
of it.
got it,
But
got it,
yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. No, it's a
I think
great
they converted me
experience.
into a hockey fan, and that's hard to do because I'm not a
That's
sports
great.
person. Period.
That's awesome.
I'm sure I'll go to one of those Raider game things too.
But it's a fun
But we'll see.
experience.
It
It's-
is.
We've not been, but we've just been told
Yeah.
by so many people. Oh my God, it's so much fun to go.
Is your show what is your days off?
It's Monday, Tuesday. We're dark.
Okay, because they have a Tuesday game coming up. That's the one we might go to.
Yeah,
Again, it's a Ducks game.
Oh, okay.
So we have to get you to the game.
Yeah.
How did you become a magician though?
I've been
Because
doing
you didn't go to
magic.
Juilliard for magic.
Hogsworth.
Hogsworth, yeah.
Is that a Harry Potter reference?
Yes, it is.
I'm not very
Actually-
good at that either.
It's interesting you say that because actually I did go to the Juilliard of Magic, but it was a different thing. In magic, in the world of magic,
Look at
you know.
Did you just say that?
Yeah, of course.
The
That's
Juilliard
a
of
quotable.
Magic.
The Juilliard of Magic.
Oh.
Exactly.
Bingo.
Because in my world,
Yes.
you acquire mentors.
Yeah.
And mentors in magic, you learn from others.
Yeah.
And my mentor was Charles Reynolds in
Okay.
New York.
Okay.
And Charles Reynolds was an interesting guy. He was the magic consultant to Doug Henning back in years ago, and Harry Blackstone Jr.
Yeah.
So all of the magic that they did, he created. So he was really the mind of Doug Henning and Harry Blackstone, and he did all of the magic for all the shows on Broadway. So he was a big guy in there in New York, and he hired me for a show that Nintendo was producing. That was a road show that went around the country, 30 cities.
Yeah,
and they were looking for the #1 Nintendo player. Well, they also wanted to have a magic show.
Yeah.
And they took Legends of Zelda and Super Mario Brothers, and they created this show with me being the, what was I called? The
Power Wizard.
Power Wizard. Very good.
Ooh,
yeah. It was very cool.
Finished their sentences.
So that began the sort of relationship with me and Charles, because he was consulting it. And then for years on, he schooled me.
Yeah.
And that's, that's sort of my Juilliard of magic.
Yeah. They're amazing. Charles and Regina Reynolds in New York City. Charles has recently passed on, but Regina's still there in the house. And every time we go to New York, we stay with Regina Reynolds. And
that's awesome.
It's always an amazing. They're just smart people, because Charles always got it. He understood that magic is magic, but that at the end of the day, it's part of theater.
Right. It is.
Exactly.
It's not in
especially if you're doing, like you're saying, you had the music of Zelda behind you too. And so you always had this element of the musical aspect to your to your magic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then I went on to assisting other magicians. So Harry Blackstone Jr., I was his assistant for a while. The Pendragons, I was his assistant for a while and stuff. So, I really got a good understanding of all of that behind that. And then I was doing it myself and just continue reading books and watching DVDs and just learning it.
Yeah,
That's the
and
thing.
again, his roots actually was singing with magic. So he sang. If you look at old videos,
okay. Oh, we can probably pull some of those.
If you look at old videos on YouTube, it'll be a laugh. But he is singing. He is singing. He's got music videos of him singing and doing magic at the same time. It's very dated. But
dated. When he was a teenager.
Yes.
Dated.
Thank you. Speaking of that, today's a very special day.
Jared's
Today
birthday.
is a special day. Are we allowed to sing happy birthday on air? Or do we have to pay for that?
I think you have to pay for it.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Jarrett.
Thank you.
What's your last name?
Parker.
Jarrett Parker.
Yes.
I did remember that from the email.
Parker,
I should know that from my email blast.
Like the pen.
Jarrett Parker.
And I always carry a Parker pen with me.
Let me see this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Thanks. Is this a magic pen? Is this going to shoot something in my face?
Don't point it towards your face.
Everyone shoots things in my face. Speaking of past guests we've had on here, we've had a few that have come close. Those Chippendales, or the girl from Jennifer Romas from Sexy. Everybody kind of takes their clothes off on our show sometimes.
Wow.
So I'm surprised you're not topless in the show. But I'll let you wear your shirt because it's a special shirt today.
It's a special shirt today.
It's a special shirt today.
Santa's thing, I believe.
Santa.
So I'm interested in the fact that you sang for. So how did you sing while performing magic acts?
Oh yeah. I played tons of clubs in the tri-state area.
Yeah.
Nightclubs, all those Palladium. They were the big clubs in New York and stuff. And I had 2 backup singers who were my assistant. Me, we had a crew, and we'd go in and we would do both cover and original stuff.
Yeah.
I also had a band that I was working with a lot, which is from the video. So I mixed a lot of that with the magic and stuff. So,
nice.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to have him sing more in the show. It's funny. There's one part in the show where JR comes out and she's singing. And I said, Jarrett, would you just at least harmonize? So now he's harmonizing with her. I'm like, yay!
This is an interesting little work in progress for you to start feeling that niche and feeling what you get here in Vegas.
Because the thing is, and quite seriously, he does have a great voice.
Yeah.
When I first heard him sing, I was like, oh my God, your voice is good. It's a good quality voice, a nice tenor voice. And I'm like, why are you not singing in our show? I mean, I play piano. You could sing. So, you got to muster up the balls to bring it back up. But he'll get there.
That requires some more drinking, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. But so now
liquid courage.
Right.
It's safe in the light, Jarrett. Do it. You can do it.
You can do it.
I promise you can do it. We even have a music producer out there in the audience too that he's coming on next, so you can probably garner a deal.
All right.
Well, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, Bryce.
We're gonna scroll some pictures of some, but again, Stratosphere 4:00 show.
Right.
Dark Mondays and Tuesdays.
Yeah, we are
Jarrett and Raja,
really
magic
a
and music.
family magic show.
It is.
It's for families.
Oh, it is.
And it's absolutely. We have a lot of kids in the weekends.
Yeah.
A lot of families come, and they always ask us, "Can we bring the kids?" Yes.
Totally.
Family entertainment, 4 p.m.
You
afternoon.
guys definitely do it.
And December 1st, we also have our first Christmas special on the CW on Masters of Illusion, which is coming up. So
on the CW.
On the CW.
December 1st.
December 1st.
We'll put a link on that on our house seat thing, too, for you guys, too.
Sweet.
We'll check that out.
Cool.
We're going to scroll through some past pictures right now so you can kind of see some of the guests we've had and the crazy experiences.
Fun.
And
cool.
That was an EDC show.
Oh,
we did.
Nice.
We did. I can't believe we're celebrating 2 years of doing the show.
That's amazing.
Crazy.
This
is our 87th podcast today.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So we'll have to have you back
great.
on for 100th when we do like a whole series of
compilation, right?
What do we have? You can just scroll through some photos if you want. And then that's April the party.
That's April. Good old April.
You know April?
Oh, very well. She actually worked she did one of our CW network shows.
Yes.
Did she do a Christmas special? Oh my gosh.
That's the guy I was telling you about that probably almost shot all over this.
Wait,
no, I'm just
I
kidding.
thought that
Maybe
was
you.
Bryce, you looking good.
Thank you.
Bryce has been working out.
That was Big Hands Ryan Kelsey. And he's in Chippendales, and Ryan's all over the ads for Chippendales. And you see him. Right. He always takes selfies with himself at the airport, like, this is me on the billboard. I'm like,
cool.
That's your abs. Mr. Andino. Yeah, I mean, you can just... that's my Uncle Tom and Sarah Hester Ross, the dueling piano player. Fun. That was after our Van Halen show we did for House Seats. We did at the Brooklyn Bowl. That was pretty awesome. And Keith Thompson.
Oh, yeah.
Keith
Thompson. Oh, yeah.
Mr. Composer Showcase.
Yep.
Oh, Zoe Bowie.
Bill
Phillips. Tanya.
Yes.
The different Tanya.
Yes.
Different T.
I always call Tanya Popovich the Sex in the City Tanya.
I think that's what she is.
She is Sex in the City.
She
embodies Sex in the City.
She totally,
and I
totally
love
is.
that about her.
She doesn't go anywhere without having her lashes on and everything. Because I always try to reach her. I'm like, hey, can you come out early? Early? What do you mean early? 1? 2? Like when I saw her at your show, I'm like, it's 4 o'clock. Wow, this is early.
She's the ultimate ab fab.
I love her so much.
She can be a hot mess, but she always looks good doing it.
I know. She always looks amazing.
I know. I love her.
You can just scroll through, Nick. It's okay. There's so many I sent you today. We were doing love notes. Just scroll. It's all good. So, in fact, if you want to scroll all the way to the one we were talking about,
Miss Kelly,
Miss Kelly, and writing on the Greg Cotta, Bill Evans. Yeah, we've had many times, and a lot of people haven't seen these photos yet because these are the ones we take after the show's over on the red carpet, so people can kind of see the guests that we've had over the years. I hope I'm not repeating any clothes. That'd be my husband's fault because my husband's a stylist. So please tell me I'm not wearing any of the same clothes. I think I've worn this shirt before on the show. Yeah, another EDC day. That was actually in our clothes. I think I actually came right from EDC to do the show.
Did you really?
It was, yep. All right. So
what's going on here?
This was Mr. Burke, Mr. Kevin Burke from Defending the Caveman.
Right.
And we just did kind of, we'd never done that before.
To pull your pants down?
We just decided, I think he had done a competition with somebody where, can you get caught with your pants down?
Right.
So that's kind of what he just decided to do.
Yeah.
And so we just kind of ran with that idea. So,
it works.
That works. I mean, we both had cheerleader legs.
I'm glad you had long shirts.
Yeah, me too.
Very sexy.
I'm glad I had my body turned this way too.
Right.
So we'd never really shown this photo, and it's obviously getting the most airplay right now.
Cute underwear, though.
Oh, hey, thanks.
Totally cute underwear.
I'm probably wearing those right now. I don't know. Well, we're gonna switch you out. We're gonna have Sir Harry Cowell, Simon Cowell's brother. Come on, I'm just kidding. Sir Harry Cowell, come on from Raiding the Rock Vault and talk about the 1000th episode, the 1000th show episode. We're all on the episodes today. The 1000th. Can you say that?
1000th
Raiding the Rock Vault show. That's going to be tomorrow.
You are to be congratulated, sir. That is a challenge. That is, he's like, I know.
We're going to switch you out.
All right.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thanks, boys.
Yeah,
absolutely.
thank you, Bryce.
Thanks, Bryce.
Can you take your Parker pen because it might end up in my hands.
I am. Awesome.
Yes. And hang tight. We want to take photos, so don't go far. But yes, they did catch me with my pants down. What is that thing over there? I don't know what that is.
A little bit low.
Oh,
it's the logo thing.
Sure, it's a logo. We'll go with that.
It's a logo.
Do your ears hang low? I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is.
Thank you.
Sir Harry, come on right across from me. Woohoo-wee. We've already gotten acquainted at the top of the show. Come on close. Those fit perfectly on you there, and we'll pull that right close to your mouth over there. Lock in some knees.
Small head.
Oh, Raja.
Oh, Bryce.
You're still mic'd over there. I love it. I'm so happy.
Hello.
Hi, sir. Hello. How are you?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I promise I will not mimic your accent.
No.
What happens all the time when people come on with a British accent, it just starts wanting to come natural, and I won't. I promise.
No, a little bit of Bond.
A little bit of Bond.
A little bit of Roger.
Yes. So how are you today, sir?
Well, I'm pretty joyful. The sun is shining.
It is. We have the best weather for Thanksgiving of any place. It's 80 degrees. I know. Yeah, usually you're topless, so we could go with that if you want.
Well, getting on a bit old age for that one.
No. So Harry and I got acquainted a little bit top of show about the music business overall and the show and its sort of legs in Vegas because it's moved. It's had a few different venues since landing in Vegas.
We don't seem to get on too well with new owners when they come in buy hotels. So, yeah, we started at what was the Hilton, the LVH,
yes.
And then that got bought by Westgate. And then we moved on to the Tropicana,
yeah,
and that got bought by Penn Gaming.
Yep.
We moved on there.
Yep.
Just hoping that nobody buys the Hard Rock.
Nobody buys the Hard Rock. I think you're safe for a little while.
Well, I heard a rumor that something had been bought there, but I'm not quite sure how it's working out. I think it has been bought in the last few months by somebody. Or they've changed equity companies.
And they changed the cafe in the front as well. So there's always things going on around.
Yeah, it's a good place to be. It's a very happening hotel.
Yeah.
It's good. It's not on the Strip. But in a way, that sort of works for us as well.
Yeah.
The locals don't want to be on the Strip.
Right.
So we have a very local fan base. And
you do, and you have a lot of repeats. I mean, we've had a few guests on over the times we've done the show where they talk about, the different fans of different bands that come in. And that, kind of like the old groupies of different bands that you guys all played for that come in and just kind of want to feel connected to the music again.
Well, we've had people who've been to the show 300 times plus. I mean, it's quite fantastic. I mean, there's no other show in Vegas that has that love for it, shall we say.
Right. Yeah. And you might have somebody tomorrow that's been there 1,000 times. It could be.
I'm not sure anybody. I think there's one guy that Peter who used to work. Well, he still actually works at the LVH.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think he's done 300. I think he's the winner. But there's a few 100 plus anyway.
Yeah. And you're inside vinyl, and are you a 7-day-a-week show?
We're five nights. So dark Thursdays and Fridays.
Okay, dark Thursday and Fridays. So you don't have a show today?
No, all yesterday. I could enjoy something that we don't enjoy in England, which is Thanksgiving.
You're like, I got these days off for the Americans. It's fine with me.
Yeah.
What did you do yesterday?
8. But remember, I have a theatre in Branson, Missouri, with 3 shows a day there, so I'm kept busy.
Yeah. So as we kind of talked, and your resume sort of reads like a little bit of music history in that sense. You worked for a company that produced a lot of music and wrote for a lot of different musicians. A lot of them who we found out basically play up and down the Strip now.
Yeah, could do.
Cher and
Ricky Martin. Enrique.
And Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah. There's a few of them.
I like that you had Kylie Minogue in there, too.
We had Kylie Minogue in there, too.
She was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
She hasn't toured here in a while in the States.
She's about to go out again. She's got another record coming out now, actually, for Christmas in the UK. So
Christmas.
So she'll come out at some point.
It's a Christmas album?
I don't know.
Sort of.
I'm away from that. I've moved on. I'm in Vegas now.
There are some people you're not sure should have a Christmas album. I happened to listen to Cascade this morning. I love Cascade. He's my favorite DJ. He should not be making Christmas music.
No.
Really? I don't know. Listen to it. Give your own. We'll check back with each other. You know what? You and I should go to Hakkasan because I freaking love Cascade. Cascade. I wanted to play at my birthday, but I did not have the budget for him. I was kind of hoping that we would have a sponsor for my birthday.
Right?
Yeah, Cascade's my favorite, but I'm not quite sure how Deck the Halls and it would be interesting. We were having this discussion this morning because it's like, how does EDM? It could really cross over because there's a lot of that lounge music that kind of happens. It takes over, like, and rebrands Christmas songs. But it kind of just sounds a little silly when you're saying Silent Night in a weird kind of way. I don't know. I love you, Cascade. I don't know about the album, though.
I can't see his audience buying that, personally.
Oh, I know.
What do I know?
Probably. Let's just put it there. It's streaming now, so.
It's all about streaming.
It's all about the stream, as we've talked about. It's how many in multiple streams you have going on.
That's right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What do you find the most about playing Vegas over Branson or anywhere else you tour when you do stuff? With the crowds or with the fact that Vegas itself, what do you find different?
Well, the problem with Vegas is there's too many shows here. Let's be really, really honest.
Sorry.
There's
too many shows.
There's 260 odd shows, and so everybody's fighting for for those people, and it's going down. I mean, every year it's going down.
The number of shows?
Not the number of shows. I wish it was going down. It's the number of people that are coming in to see shows is going down. And so what you really have is you have people coming to Vegas to see the headliners, Celine Dion or Rod Stewart.
Yes.
Then you have people coming to see
Cascade.
Possibly, but Copperfield. In the show things, they're coming in to see Magic and Cirque, and and every other show is then a B show, and we're all fighting for it. And unfortunately, the audience is going down. That's proven. So it's hard out there. The younger people are not interested in going to shows. They come in to see Cascade or whoever it might be, and that's where the money goes. They go to pool parties, and those are sold out.
But the genre of music that you guys play, and obviously homage to all of the rock audiences, has such a huge crossover for people of all ages that you have a mix going on in your show all the time.
Yeah, I mean, we've survived 4 years here. It's not been very easy. The key thing is marketing here. You're spending possibly $1.2 million to market, and that's changing a lot. That's come back a bit. But certainly when you're launching a show, that's what you need to spend. And then you've got all the costs that go with it, And so it's very hard. If you can make it here, it's the entertainment capital of the world.
Yes.
No other place, even New York, can't add up to 260 shows a night or a day or whatever. So it's hard. It's hard.
And obviously now with the success of Raiding the Rock Vault, celebrating 1,000, you're taking the show on tour.
Yeah, we'll stay here in Vegas. This is my showroom window because I'm doing something that's never been done before.
Yeah,
it's not like a normal tribute show or whatever you want to say. It's a genre of music played by the people that made those records. The Raiding the Country Vault in Branson is the same thing. It's all the stars that had all those big hits playing the country music.
Yeah.
So it's a different thing. People don't get it. So you still have to have the show here, and then we tour it.
Yeah. And you're touring in Acapulco next week.
We're in Acapulco. We're going up to. Nice. We're having We're going dark for a week because the old Cowboys are coming into town.
Oh, yes. Yeah. They take over everything.
They take over everything. And they don't like classic rock as much as we like classic rock. So, no, it's one of those things.
You can play the classic country hits.
Well, that won't. Yeah, well, I tried to do that, actually.
Oh, okay.
2 years ago, when we went dark, I thought about bringing Country Vault
in the Country Vault.
But the problem is that most of the shows here are free shows. And you can't argue with free.
Yeah.
Free is free, So, and then, of course, there was a point where they had stuff down at Fremont Street, which was free, and all the people went down there. And, of course, it doesn't really stop till 9:30 at night, so you have to have an 8-night show to make it work. So that was a no-no. Mm-hmm. I knew I'd lose money on that one straight away. So,
but Vinyl is a fun showroom because it is very much, rather than a traditional theater with seating, it's very much up, the general admission up there against the stage, kind of rocking out to the music. I mean, you have seats, but I think you encourage the standing part of the show.
Yeah, the worry was for me whether I could put a production on coming out of the LVH, two of the biggest theaters in Vegas.
Yeah.
But we worked it out. My production guy, Paul Dexter, he worked out a plan that we could make it work. And I haven't had any complaints as yet. Since we've been in March, we've been there from any of the fans that love us. But what you do get is you get to see some of the bigger stars in that field, like Hugh McDonald from Bon Jovi, who's out with Bon Jovi now, and Dave Amato from REO Speedway. You get to see these guys 10 feet away from you, and you pay thousands to see that in their own shows. So the intimacy is where it works, and it's how classic rock or rock started. They worked in clubs, so. As long as you put a production on and people get a nice seat rather than a sticky floor to sit on, then it works.
And you guys do kind of a meet and greet after the show too.
We do a meet and greet before the show,
okay,
and then they all come out and sign afterwards as well. Yeah,
and that right there is, as you say, the closeness to seeing an artist that you admired.
Some of those are $1,000 a ticket, so that we don't charge $1,000 a ticket. So we allow anybody who buys a ticket to upgrade to that. In the old days, it was simply you had to buy a VIP ticket,
right? And
then you got it. Now you can buy a GA ticket and just pay the extra and do the meet and greet. So it's good. It works.
So they celebrate 1,000 shows tomorrow night at the Hard Rock.
That's it. And it's our 5th anniversary. The 29th will be when we first started it in a theatre in Miami because nobody understood it. Nobody got it, what I was doing. Never been done before. So we had to film it. And then the next thing we were in Vegas. So, so 29th of November was our first ever show.
Wow.
2012.
So hats off to you,
so
Mr. Sir Harry. Thank you for coming on and talking about that for us today. Thank you for coming on House Seats.
Thank you very much for House Seats.
If you want to check out some things going on at House Seats right now, the 2-for-1 sale is extended to join. You can join for 2 years instead of 1 through November 30th. That's our Black Friday sale. Cyber Monday, Silly Sunday, Small Business Saturday, whatever they are now. congratulate on that. And then we have winners coming up. We are actually Stratosphere talking. We're actually jumping off the Stratosphere with 12 lucky members of House Seats. You can enter to win still on houseseats.com, and we will pick names from there, and I will jump with you. All 12 of you will jump on the Sky Jump. Winner will be announced on Monday for that. I have done it before. So I will do it again. And I've been non-drinking since my birthday, and I'm not drinking for a whole year, so I'm really nervous about not drinking and jumping off a building. So, whatever. So, happy Black Friday, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.